At Direct Service Garage Doors, we are your one-stop shop for all things garage door. From garage door repair and broken spring replacement to new garage doors and openers, we do it all. We're proud to be among the highest-rated local garage door companies in all of Central Arkansas. Our highly trained technicians are available 24 hours a day at no extra cost to you. So if you have an emergency, call us today, 501-244-3667, or visit our website at directserviceoverhead.com. Don't wait days. We'll fix it now.
All right, welcome everybody. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. How about that? Let's do it, huh? 3, 2, 1. Yo. What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a good week so far. We have some Razorback stuff, some news. What's going on, Marcus Murdoch? How you doing, man? We got a member. We've got a Tuss Talk member in chat. There you go. That's cool. It's always cool seeing you guys in chat, along with Patreon supporters as well. We have some recruiting updates. We got a little bit of baseball, but we got some football. We got some stuff to talk about. With football, some good stuff here recruiting wise. If you're a Patreon supporter, hey, you guys go read Patreon chat. There's stuff there that I'm not going to say here. You'll know when it happens, but we got some pretty cool stuff over there. So we have unlocked the Patreon forums is now up, and there are some there's some stuff there that only you guys can see. So shout out to Patreon supporters. Of course, shout out to the show sponsors, the Odd Soul Craft Bar and Pizzaria, located in Springdale, Arkansas, down on M Street. Awesome environment. Games on most of the televisions, if not all. It's a really cool environment. Great pies. Good stuff on tap. IPAs, you name it. A lot of local stuff. If you're jonesing for a good pie, man, I'm telling you, their pizzas are great. Great. Also, shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, Central Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. They service a garage door near you. How about that? That's what they do. Quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than best results. Give them a call, 501-244-3667. All right, how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? Wasn't able to go live yesterday. It was a little crazy. But like I said, last week and the week before that, and I'm going to continue to remind you guys, this summer with the kids at home and with math tutoring and all this stuff we've kind of got going on at the house, it's just sometimes it's a little bit more, it's difficult sometimes to get going. So, yeah. Why didn't you tell me you were doing a show? I apologize. Arky56, a.k.a. Bob Hudson, is in chat. Uh-oh. I better straighten up. Huh? Put the beer down. I'm definitely not drinking a beer right now, Pops. Yeah. I thought I did tell you. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I want to start off first. I want to give you guys a heads up. I plan on probably doing more PM streams. PM. Evening. But just make sure you're a subscriber and make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you're notified as soon as I go live. Arkansas is killing it, or Arkansas baseball already off to a really strong start. Did you see this catcher they got? Holy crap, dude. Arkansas out of the transfer portal. Grab arguably one of the best catchers in college baseball, Hudson White out of Texas Tech. Not bad. Here's what FutureStarSeries.com says about him. They also have him rated for the they have him rated top 50 for the 2024 Major League Baseball draft. They have him at 45th. I didn't count how many catchers they had in front of him, but I'm going to tell you he's going to be regarded, especially with Dave Van Horn back. I mean, obviously, right? Where's Dave Van Horn going? Unfortunately, for some of you who absolutely hate Dave Van Horn, who thinks that he can't get it done, despite the College World Series appearances. I mean, come on, give the guy something. Having the who we think is going to be back on the mound, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited about the youth and the bullpen. But Arkansas is going to be considered with him under Van Horn's tutelage, being pretty solid at the bat, at the plate, and is a fantastic defensive player. Again, regarded as, I'm not talking about his hitting. When I talk about him being a great catcher, it's how great he is as a defensive backstop. And this is what they say about him. White, and I know like 10% of you really, truly care about Razorback baseball, but I'm telling you, I know we just got over this thing. It sucks. They're not getting into the College World Series. Neither is Texas. But this is going to be big, and I obviously believe this is going to be a guy that has an instant impact. Dave Van Horn just continues to do really well in the portal. White is a decorated defensive backstop with a strong arm and a reputation for handling a staff. He's got solid bat-to-bat skills and is willing to take his walks as well. There's some raw power here, likely no more than fringe average, and enough speed to be of some value on the base pass as a pro. White will need to continue adding impact at the plate should he hope to exceed his platoon ceiling. Platoon ceiling. Very interesting. Very interesting use of words here. But yeah, they have him as the 45th overall prospect, and again, that's for the 2024 Major League Baseball draft. He will be he's projected to be a one and done at Arkansas. I say one and done. He will be able to participate this year. There were some questions about whether or not he may just bypass this year and just go straight into the draft. But apparently, the major leagues moved the date. I don't know. I guess his birthday was literally just 30 days short to go into the draft. So in other words, the old rules were set that he could have gone. I guess they had some new rule. Maybe it just passed recently. I'm not really sure. I found this somewhere. I was trying to do a little bit of digging, and I found somewhere where someone had said they actually moved the date up to like August or something. So he's actually not in the right time frame to get drafted. In other words, he's going to be here next year, and it looks like, as far as I know, it doesn't look like there's any way around that. Probably, if he's being talked about as a top 50 prospect, again, that's from FutureStarSeries.com. I'm going to have to remember to leave the link provided for you guys down below. But again, this is a guy, he's probably going to be a one and done. That would be my guess. He's going to be regarded as one of the top catchers in the SEC for sure. And again, he played at Texas Tech. Listen to this. As a sophomore in 2023, White posted a batting average of .294, 49 RBIs, 11 home runs while playing in 47 games. A patient hitter, White only struck out 31 at-bats while walking in 27. He also had 10 doubles, contributing this on-base percentage is wild if this is right. 942 on-base percentage. That's insane. That's yeah. White was a collegiate baseball freshman, All-American, and perfect game freshman, first-team All-American in 2022 after a season in which he had a batting average of just .259 with 11 doubles, 6 homers, and 40 RBIs. He walked 35 times while only striking out in 37 appearances. He finished his Big 12 Freshman of the Year campaign with a .299 batting average over his final 45 games, including a .337 average. So I had someone literally sent this to me. I don't know. I have no idea where this is coming from. So I hope this isn't coming from like Dudley Dawson or someone. I want to give them credit. Whoever this is coming from. This was a buddy of mine just sent this to me and said he CMP'd it and never got back to me where he got it from. Now I did look at his I did see the accolades, and these accolades are legit. So yeah, this is accurate. Again, he had a let's see, 209 batting average over his final 45 games, including a .337 average in Big 12 conference play. Say what you want about the Big 12 as far as football. I tell you, I don't regard them as, especially now without Texas and Oklahoma, they're not a Power 5 conference. I'm sorry. You can add all the, schools 5 years ago that wouldn't be taken serious. Well, maybe BYU would be. But like Cincinnati, I mean, come on. They're not a Power 5 conference in football. In baseball, they certainly are. They're a strong baseball conference, whether it's Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, TCU, obviously, right? Oh man, yeah, we had to run into that. So this again, Hudson White. This is a big get. I would say that this is a 5-star transfer portal player. I think Arkansas just grabbed. I mean, again, you're talking about a guy with all these accolades that I just mentioned. And he's going to come in and be a part of a SC or of a Arkansas team that I think, depending on who they get to come back and who they can actually get on campus, really once again could be another really solid top 3 kind of SEC team in SEC play, kind of baseball team. So kudos to Dave Van Horn. This is a big one. I know everyone was butthurt. And I get it. I was too. I was butthurt. I won't even pretend. I had to like distract myself for a couple of days, just not think about what happened by getting eliminated and facing the juggernaut that was TCU. But then this kind of like, all right, well, this gives you something to really look forward to. So, yeah, again, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's a good one. Hey, Ty, what's up, Aaron? Harmon, how you doing, man? How's it going? Yeah, I know, and I've already had a yeah, I know that the lives are kind of all over the place. You just have to – I hope and pray notifications are being sent out. I'm not entirely sure they are. Oh, my God, it's happening. I actually made a live show. What's up, Jared Fountain? How you doing? If Maddox – I'm not – let's see. I'm wet and angry, and I'm at work, but I'm here. Oh, what happened? What happened to you? And freaking LSU goes to the College World Series. Yeah, I hear you, Mike. I hear you. All right. Also, we do have an announcement. If you're in our Discord and you're active in there and you at least try to keep up with it, I put out a post. We do have 3 tiers available for Patreon. We finally did it. We finally made the tiers. Let me flip my screen around here and show you guys. Whoop. There you go. Here's the new tiers right here. So you have your monthly supporter at $4. Tuss Talk, the $8 plus club, $8, right? We're going to keep that. And then we have the legendary status. And the reason why I made the legendary status because I've already got 4 people that are given more than that, actually, more than the $20 tier. But I went ahead and I wasn't going to do it. And then I thought, you know what? This gives me an excuse to, it lets me recognize these people as they should be, as all Patreon supporters should be, but especially the $20 up people. But also the red, letting me splash a little red on the tusk and the eyes. I think that's pretty cool. So, the $20 supporters are going to get, you have to go read up on it. They're going to get an extra little perk there. So, yeah. Talking football, any recruits? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We got some football stuff. Kelly Williams says, missing hits from catcher and shortstop this past season were the difference between this season and last. Need the bats in clutch moments. Yeah, we could talk about how pitching let them down against TCU, but the hitting certainly was inconsistent there towards the end. I agree. It was inconsistent. It was not where it should have been, Kelly, and I agree 110%. All right, let's get caught up. What else we got here? I'm going to scroll on down. We do have basketball. I didn't even put it in the description or the title, but I did want to get caught up on basketball here really quick. Grant Nelson, and I didn't title this video because I could have very easily titled this video Grant Nelson something blah blah blah, and everybody wants to know about Grant Nelson. I didn't do it because, look, I've been saying this now for a week and a half, maybe longer. I've never felt like this guy was coming to Arkansas. I never got that vibe. Arkansas, we talked about it. We went over it last week. Arkansas has more size, more length to play with, I think, than Alabama does currently. We know they're a little, he could go to Bama and be the guy. Now, Bama's going to have some talent. Make no mistake about it. Nate Oates is doing a good job over there. I've never felt like he was going to Arkansas, and they were in the mix. Now, the update on him is he is pushing it back. We had people in Discord saying, well, he's going to push it to Tuesday. Look, it's not over with. It's 6:18 p.m. But if we haven't heard by now, we're probably not going to hear. My guess is we'll know sometime this week. Wouldn't shock me if he waited till Friday. But Grant Nelson, so that is kind of the update, right? Grant Nelson has pushed back his announcement. I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of stuff that we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. I'm sure that there's stuff going on, okay? And I'm not talking about like illegal. I'm sure that, maybe it is a bidding war type of thing going on. Of course, that I think is supposed to be against recruiting rules. I think that is a violation. I think that is a recruiting violation. You're not supposed to have NIL involved until they sign with the team, if I remember that rule correctly. But we all know that this sort of stuff is going down. We've heard specifics. There have been some stuff out there about what happened on his Bama visit and how they talked about he's going to be the star there and so on and so forth. Whereas here, I think what I had heard, what I was told, and this is not from any insider or anybody in media, but someone else who follows some other people that follow his recruiting path. They follow Grant Nelson's recruiting path and Arkansas's recruiting path. The rumor was that Musselman talked business, or that it was more about like schematically, here's what we're going to do. This is how you're going to be involved. I don't know if that's true. Whatever. I don't know that anybody really knows. Nate Oates hasn't come out and said what they did on his visit. I'm not sure that Grant – I know Grant, I think, has talked a little bit to the media, I believe. But I've kind of not – I've just not been on this train at all with Grant Nelson. And I've really taken everything I've heard with a grain of salt. So he has moved his announcement back. That does tell us that at the very least, this could be something. I've also heard grades might be involved, not in a bad way, but like transferring of credits or something. You know how it gets a little foggy with college athletics, right? Like certain things can transfer over and certain things can't from school to school. So I've heard it might be that as well. I just don't. At this point, I would be absolutely stunned if he picked Arkansas. I would, and I'll fully admit it. Now, I did make a thumbnail because there was a part of me. I did, and I shared it in Discord. There was a part of me that thought they have a shot at Grant Nelson, maybe. When did I make that thumbnail? When was that? Saturday. I think I made it. I thought, well, maybe there's a shot here. But I told you guys last week I didn't feel like he was coming here, and I definitely don't feel like that's the case. Our Alabama media, from what I've seen, feel very, very comfortable. From what little I've seen here and there, they feel like there's a good shot here. Their fans definitely are feeling it. If you look at Twitter, if you look at Arkansas Twitter, they're already talking about alternatives. So that ought to give you a pretty good hint as to where they're all at. And they've already mentioned a guy by the name of Denijay Harris, this kid out of Southern Miss who was committed to New Mexico State. ESPN has his size listed wrong, I've heard. I've heard he's actually about 6'7", maybe a 6'8" kind of player. Denijay Harris. You know, I don't have all of his numbers here in front of me. I got his time played, but I don't have his he looks like he's listed as a forward, 6'6", according to ESPN, 6'6", 196 pounds. He's closer to about 6'7", maybe a tall 6'7", right at about 200 pounds. Played forward at Southern Miss. Pretty good player, but he is someone that has come up. He is someone whose name has come up. So that gives you a pretty good idea. If we're talking about alternatives at this point, yeah, Arkansas is probably not going to get his. They're not going to land. They're not going to get the Nelson sweepstakes or whatever. Woo Pig podcast. Great content, showing love. I appreciate you. Thank you. I say give Arbogast the last scholarship. Hogs by 90 anyway, says Marcus Murdoch. Hey, man, whatever at this point. Yeah, I mean, maybe this kid's worth a look here. I'll be honest, this is the first I've heard of Denijay Harris. I don't know much about him other than what I just told you. He would be a senior, so he would be going into his senior season. I think he averaged about 9 points, 6 rebounds a game, 56% field goals. You know, he's a post guy. He's playing around the rim. He's playing down in the paint. Doesn't have the size you're probably looking for. I know everyone wants that 6'10", 6'11", lengthy guy to help you play around in the paint. That's kind of what you're hoping to get out of Nelson. You do have Brazil. I mean, Arkansas is going to have Brazil. I think the question is, can they get someone who could play opposite to him? Obviously, there's probably – you're not going to get anyone out of the portal that's on Brazil's level, but Nelson was certainly someone you could bring into that conversation. Now, Brazil's a potential first-round draft pick, and I think maybe even if his rehab went well, if his recovery is great, and if he could play – if he could expand his game even – and that's hard to do when you miss as much of the season as he did this year. But if he can expand his game a little bit, could potentially be a lottery pick type of player. But maybe they throw an offer out to Denijay Harris. I don't know. Again, 6'7", 200-pound forward out of Southern Miss. So, yeah. Yeah, make sure you guys are sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. Huh? I'm over the Grant Nelson bullshit. Must needs one more talented season vet. Let's get it, Ty. Should Dave Van Horn go Must style in the portal like LSU? Yeah, baseball's kind of a different. You know, I mean, you work so hard. Like, I think development. There's no sport where development's easy, but I feel like pitcher development is so difficult, right? And you work on a kid for so long from the time he's 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe 21. You finally kind of get to see the fruits of your labor. If you go portal only, you know, you're going to be all those players that you worked on. You can even talk about the guys defensively working on their game, you know, at the plate. You know, there's so much development. Baseball is – before you get to the major leagues, it feels like 90% or I shouldn't say that much. 50% of your career is probably spent on development. And I've heard guys say even at the major leagues you're still developing, right? I mean, you're never not developing until you reach a certain age. It's kind of the opposite, it feels like, in some ways in some of these other sports. But baseball is so much about development. To then only go portal, you're going to be telling a lot of those guys that you've been working real hard on, and sometimes you don't even know what you have until they get on the mound or until they get at the plate or until they line up at their spot, whatever, on defense or out in the outfield or infield, whatever. Baseball is a different animal when you're talking about the transfer portal, but Arkansas has seen – they saw some payoff with it this last year, without a doubt. One of your better hitters was a transfer player. What's up, Shahid Mustafa? How you doing, man? We sure could use a 6'11", 235-pound type guy, somebody to slow things down when the shot is not falling. Yeah, I think they do. I really hope they could. Maybe there's a diamond in the rough somewhere, right? I don't know. Jordan Brown, I have heard that name, Jason. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Have you seen the kid that just got called up to the Blue Jays? Oh, my God. On this guy, I can't remember his name. I have no idea who you're talking about. I did see where Casey Martin got called up to Double-A. Casey Martin. All right, let's get into football, huh? Let's do it. My goal is for this show to not be very long. I've started dinner, and I'm telling you guys, I'm really excited. Country ribs, but I seasoned them a little bit differently. I slapped some mustard on them, mixed some spices, some seasoning. We're gonna have mashed potatoes, and I think I pulled cut green beans. Oh, I'm so excited. My wife's in there now finishing up. I'm like, I could smell it. Oh, God. Oh. All right. Where are we at in football? How about Braylon Russell? How about we start there? This is coming from Otis Kirk. Otis Kirk says the 4-star Benton running back will, after all, he will be visiting on the weekend of the 16th. There have been some conflicting reports over for the last little while about whether or not Braylon Russell's going to visit in the month of June. I think there are reports saying he was. Someone I was talking with said he wasn't, and that was confirmed by another person, and now it's switched. So here we are. It looks like he is going to visit. This is a big one. Big-time 4-star running back. Just got off his visit from South Carolina. 6'2", 230 pounds. He's a .90 4-star according to the 247 composite. Number 21 running back according to 247. He's top 25 according to the composite, and he's a top 5 player in the state of Arkansas. At one point in time, he was Arkansas's very first commit in this class. He decommitted. I think so many schools got involved. South Carolina. Who were the other ones? There were so many. You name a school, I think they were at least talking with the family or talking with him. Yeah, this is a big dude, man. This is a big running back. Kind of reminds you in some ways of Rocket Sanders now when you just talk about his frame, talk about that size. Now, Rocket was a little bit faster. Of course, he was thinner coming out of high school. He wasn't 230 pounds. What was he out of high school? Wasn't he 200 pounds? 6'1", 205 or something? I don't remember. It's hard to you see him now. He looks like a linebacker, but it's kind of great. You have all this size you could just throw at defenses from a run game perspective when you talk about Rocket and KJ. And, now things are going to look a little bit different, but you're still going to have to deal with Rocket and KJ. The offense might look a little different. So Braylon Russell will be visiting this weekend. This is, again, we had a Discord chat about this not long ago. How long ago was that? No, was it Discord we had that discussion? I think it was Discord. I think it was a Discord live where we talked about this, about Braylon Russell not visiting. And then today that seems like it's changed. This might have been reported yesterday, but I saw it this morning. So, yeah, that's a big one. June's going to be, again, we've been talking about it. It's going to be an interesting month, man. Braylon is expected. Now, I think his announcement, he's going to go public with his decision, I want to say July, it's either the day before, I think it's July 14th, I think is his when he's supposed to announce where he's going. No idea if that date has changed. I think 247 had been reporting that it was July, I want to say July 14th. So we'll have to wait and see. C.J. Brown, 3-star wide receiver out of Bentonville. We go from Benton to Bentonville. 6'1", roughly about 6'1", 6'2", 190 pounds. Offers from Tennessee, South Carolina, Okie Light, Minnesota, and Arkansas. He is expected. He's now moved his time up. He's gonna announce on June 15th. So again, if you are a Patreon subscriber, make sure you're in chat and you're reading up on that situation. You've also got an announcement coming later on this month. There's several announcements this month. It's hard to keep up with them all. The 6'8", 365-pound, 4-star tackle out of Pinson, Alabama, Jaquan McRoy. This guy is a monster. He's huge. He's going to announce his decision on June 30th, and of course all the schools that are in the mix I don't have on my screen, but it's a number of them. It's a number of these schools. Trying to pull that up here if I can really quick. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. Let's see. Kentucky, Oregon. I think Oregon was the other school that they were competing with. I know Kentucky was in the mix. According to 247, it's got those three in. But yeah, this is a guy. I mean, obviously 4-star. Talking about a kid out of Alabama, Pinson, Alabama. Clay Chalkville High School. He's the top 100 player in the country according to 247. The number 3 offensive tackle in the country. Now, 247 Composite has him at 12th. Top 10 player in the state of Alabama. Composite has him at top 175 prospect. This is big. Obviously, Cody Kennedy, Scott Fountain, but those are the two guys. Cody Kennedy, obviously his main recruiter. 6'8", 365. That'd be a steal out of the state of Alabama, man. Finally, what's this all about, Aaron? What are you talking about? Yeah. All right. So there's our. That's what we got there. Now there will be some more. We'll have some more stuff coming out in the coming weeks. I do plan on doing probably one more live. If Arkansas gets any commits, obviously we'll cover it as best as we can, as best as I can. I'm a one-man show here. Don't know how we'll probably cross each bridge as we come to it. Now, if a player's going to announce on Instagram, yeah, you bet your ass I'm going to try and stream it. If I'm available, maybe I'll do a reaction, a post-commit reaction or something, or it'll just all move over to the next live show, right? So, again, my goal is 2 to 3 bits of content to you guys every week. Talking about football. Oh, yeah. Well, we had a lot to cover today. We had baseball, basketball, and football. Arkansas is starting to look like a big old physical team, but it has to transfer to the field. Yeah, I mean, they've had some big teams before in the past that still, didn't really live up to the hype, right? I mean, Bielema had some huge offensive lines, and while those were good teams, they had what you would consider as an Arkansas fan a good season. It didn't amount to the level of success that a lot of people thought that it would going into the year. So, yeah, it's one thing to be big. It's something else entirely to play big, right? So I do look forward to more Arkansas commits this month. I don't know how many right now. Like I said, there's a number of visits. I think it's like 25 total visits, 25 to 30 total visits in the month of June. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to cover it all as best as I can. So, yeah. All right, that's it. I'm going to go eat dinner. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I know this is an out of nowhere stream, but again, you're gonna have several of these in the summer. But my goal is to definitely go live later in the day. My goal is to go live later in the evening if I can. There will still be some 11 o'clock streams. Just make sure you are subscribed and you have the notification bell clicked. All right? Okay. Remember, go check out Patreon. Go join a new tier. Go join. Go check it out. It's all there for you. Okay? All right. Bye.